that like this has actually been the cool, like for me again, growing up watching different championship reigns. If anybody remembers the old WWE Heavyweight Championship belt, the gold one, I watched Undertaker, I watched Edge, I watched the Hardys. I think Jeff had a shot at it, and also John Cena, who grew up in in that era. So it's really, really cool to see someone like Drew McIntyre, who we saw back in 3MB.
3MB with Slater and Jinder Mahal.
Slater and Jinder Mahal. And I'm just like, dude, that's the same guy. And then going back to the indie circuit and watching it, I'm like, whoa, like this dude's a monster. He's gonna this is going to be really, really cool. His title reign is gonna be sick. So I'm just happy to see where he is now. But again, I feel like WWE has been utilizing him really well, especially when they brought back the Legend Killer version of Randy Orton.
Yes, I love that.
Perfect bait. Perfect bait.
I love that. That's a huge storyline.
And like that is, again, we grew up with so many different versions of some of these names who came back and are making their second appearance. Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, who's coming back for maybe like his third or fourth appearance. And it's crazy. And with Randy Orton, and then having somebody who's been well known in the wrestling business, but he's kind of made a great splash in WWE, AJ Styles. So the ROH fans and all of that. So it's really, really cool to see how they're utilizing those names on like their multiple time around. But it's definitely helping with the Drew McIntyre situation. It's really doing him some justice.
It is. The thing with Raw and SmackDown both. I think right now you have someone in the name of I was very shocked to see Roman Reigns become a Paul Heyman guy. I was very shocked about that. I was like, wow, what did this guy do? I know he was diagnosed with cancer 2 years ago. He came back, and the Shield was still together. But the thing is, when the Shield broke up, everybody know about that Seth Rollins in the ring when he hit with the kendo stick, and he became the Authority with Triple H and Stephanie and Kane and Kane. And I said, I didn't get why Seth Rollins portrayed them the first time, because it's not like they were winning a lot of matches, because I know that Roman Reigns and Ambrose were champions back then, and Seth Rollins was the WWE champion for a while. But when Seth Rollins was out with that injury for 2 years or a month, he actually came back good. But then when Finn Balor beat him for the Raw Championship belt, I was so happy because Seth Rollins was still bad at that time. I was like, oh my gosh, man. When he came out as the Demon King, Finn Balor, I was like, yes. Finally he beat Seth Rollins. Finally we get somebody who can beat Seth Rollins for the belt. That's what I'm talking about. And when Seth Rollins, when he came back, Seth Rollins, he actually had respect for Finn Balor. He was like, wow, no one ever beat me for my belt but you. And I was very shocked by that. John Cena beat Seth Rollins a couple of times, but I think it was in Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. They were pretty heated with Seth Rollins when he got back, but they forgave him just like everybody else forgave. And they brought back the Shield just in time for Roman Reigns to announce that he had cancer, and that was like a sad storyline because they came out of character for just that one show, and everybody surrounded Roman Reigns and hugged him and said, hey, take care of yourself, and come back strong and get better, and it's just pretty good.
Right. I feel like that was such a it was such a heartfelt moment. However, that was the good guy turn Roman needed. Because if everybody remembered that moment when he came out to the ring and he announced that after 11 years, which is a whole decade and change,
it was.
That it's come back into and for him to really like to walk out there like he was getting heat. Oh my gosh, he was getting heat. And it was, what, it was such a real moment, when like he was telling us, like he's Joe, like he has to,
Joe.
get back to
I remember that.
who Joe is. That is like, when those stories unravel, and it really like comes down to the person, it's crazy. Because I know, like, again, a lot of people don't, a lot of people forget this, but wrestlers are like actors too.
It is.
Like, not to always say you have to put on a facade, but really, in actuality, you kind of do. So
you kind of do, right?
With that being said, it was really cool to just get to know him as a person in that moment, which was really, really sick. And that was the good guy turn he really needed, even though it was such a deep moment. But it was great to see him come back and be healthy from something that is so deadly, like, and really so like in a really like timely manner. So it was really good that he got to kind of unravel and show a different side other than this side that he's showing now with the tribal chief. I'm like, wait,
the tribal chief is wow. I can't believe that. I was like, what? And then him,
like, okay, I will say this, and I will say this once and once only. That moment when he when it looked like when he had backstage and then Jay was coming up to the top of the ramp and he turned away and he turned back to the ring, to all the digital boards, and and once he turned around, Roman, Superman punched him. That, like, the words that he said, I like that was the one moment.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold on, fam. Like, like, I know this is family business. I love how even like during the match with Jay, the one before coming this weekend, he was saying to the ref, "This is family business." Like, I love that. How it was just.
I love that. Yeah, I love that as well. Yeah,
it fed into exactly what this this matchup is supposed to be. But I know not every fairy tale comes to a happy ending, but I am waiting for Jay's happy ending.
Yeah. Well, it could come this Sunday because so the match card, we have Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, an I Quit match.
Yeah.
That's wow. That's
Woo!
See. Here's the thing about Roman. He better watch himself, because I know now the Usos. I know their father Rikishi. He was the man in the ring, and I'm telling you right now, if I would say if Jey Uso wins Sunday and he wins the belt, like you said, I'm waiting for his happy ending. I like Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns being a bad guy, I really don't like him being a bad guy. See, I always like Roman when he was that babyface. He was that top babyface, and he came out to the ring and he took up for the legendary men that were in that ring, like Ric Flair and the Big Show, but I get Roman Reigns was getting tired of being the babyface. I get that, but you get some guys that just like that. But with Jey Uso, because even Jey Uso and his brother, they were Uso Penitentiary. They were bad when they came back. Uso Penitentiary. Yeah, I tell you, they were wrecking some guys in that ring. But you know who my favorite group is of all? The New Day. I love some New Day, man. I love some New Day. New Day is wow.
Facts.
I am so sad they broke them up though. What were they thinking? What were they thinking, man? What?
Okay, thank you for getting me started on a rant that I've been holding.
Yeah, what are they thinking?
Last month. Like it's since last week. I said last week. Okay. So what? It's like, like how do you? And it's such a good functioning group.
It is.
Like, let's be honest. Let's go back to when Kofi won World Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
That is a good group. You just can't split up a good group like
Daniel Bryan had no chance of beating Kofi.
Yeah.
He had no chance.
Like,
all right.
That's where I'm like, come on, man. Was that split really necessary? Like, I know they're trying to get, Big E to have a push. And funny if like this my brain may have some cobwebs in it, but if I'm going back in my history books, right, the last time Big E went solo was when AJ Lee was there.
Yes, you're right. It was when him and Dolph Ziggler were together, and they cooped up a plan to attack John Cena. Because I remember it was right after John Cena and Dolph Ziggler had that ladder match, and AJ Lee had threw John Cena off the. John Cena actually would have been 15 or 16 time champion then, but AJ Lee threw him off the ladder. That was back in 2013, I believe, the early part of 2013 when AJ Lee threw John Cena off, and I was upset because I thought that was actually a heel turn for AJ Lee because AJ Lee was good back, but then when Dolph Ziggler was still the show off at that time, John Cena and Dolph Ziggler had a big feud, that huge month over there, and when they had the ladder match, it was because they still had that old WWE belt back then, and they were still fighting for it. And I said, AJ Lee, why would you throw John Cena off the? John Cena was pretty upset with that, but he got them back for it. The second night,
she was such a good hub for just bringing in when I mean, okay, and again, she should probably get more credit for this than she gets. However, AJ Lee was great on the mic sometimes.
Oh, she was. No question about it.
When she was at her heelest of the heel, it was fire. I'm sorry, it was fire. Like, literally, I can remember this like it was yesterday. The day that Paige got bumped up from NXT.
Oh, yes. The day after WrestleMania.
WrestleMania weekend, WrestleMania day after.
Yes.
We all know how those Raws are. And she got bumped to the main roster. And I'm just like, whoa, Paige is getting a push. I'm down for this. And literally, AJ's like, you want to challenge? Title match. I'm like, wait, huh? What? She said what? Like, title match? Huh? You just? Okay.
I can't believe that. I couldn't believe that she challenged a rookie. But you know what? Paige was actually shocked that she beat AJ Lee. I was like, what? She was like, what? I was like, oh my gosh.
It was so live though. Like, it was funny. It was good though. I was like, that's I wish, like, and I know I'm going a bit off script for a second, but with the Paige situation, I wish she could have that return like Edge did.
Yeah.
But she already had her return.
Oh yeah, you just got me started with Edge. Oh yes.
Oh
my gosh.
Paige did have her return, but I felt like it was a little too soon after she just had neck surgery. So
it was. Yeah.
So that kind of gave her, like, if you this up this time, it's like you may not have a chance to come back.
May not have a chance. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, oh, maybe they kind of messed that up a little bit with the timing, but again,
when she came back with Absolution, with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, I was like, dang, that team's going to be something. I was like, you think about but she came up with that team, and they was bad too. They was really